From the deep dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikodas, Tabbytha, and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Hello, and welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we teach you how to play the game.
I'm Tabbytha, that was Nikodas, and up next is Grebog.
Computer, run program. You can feel like, if you want to support us, being here is one way. We also have a coffee link, and that you can go and, oh no, yeah, I have 2 bots now working. Great. I'll fix that, and it's fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine.
In case you didn't know where to go, there's now 2 links in chat. You can go to ko-fi.com/GREBOG, or you can follow us here, subscribe here, however you want to do it. Or just like I said, being here is enough. This is episode 201, Kardashev. Torpedoes are mine.
And I totally just messed up our thing.
Well, since you messed it up, how's your week been and what have you been up to?
Apparently messing up our flight pattern here. Now I'm up too high too. I'll fix it in a minute. My week has been all right. It's the end of the school year, and both of my kids had a lot of stuff going on. There was a band concert and certificates and all kinds of stuff. So that's been fun. It's been keeping me pretty busy. And of course, next week starts band camp, so it's still going to be busy.
One time at band camp.
That's a thing. Yeah, that's a thing too, but hopefully not.
Not that thing.
Although my oldest is a teenager, so you never know. As far as gaming goes, I found a new little gem that has been taking up a lot of my free time. It is called Fabledom, and the best way I have figured out how to describe it is it's kind of like SimCity merged with some small elements of Warcraft. Or similar games.
After you mentioned it last week, I checked out like the trailer and stuff for it on Steam, and I added it to my wish list.
It's been interesting. I actually lost the game, if you can lose a game like that, because I ran out of money and a witch cursed my village, but I didn't have the funds to pay her off. And her curse made it very difficult for me to gain money because she doubled basically all of my expenses.
Oh no.
So like I was going to have to start shutting down buildings and firing people. And it just got to a point where I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to restart. So yeah, that was fun. What else have I been doing? I've been playing STO. I've got 2 characters that I'm actively working on now. This one, the one I'm on now for the build I'm going to do here in a couple weeks. And then I've been working on Matt on the KDF side. I actually got his build put together. Now I just need to like epic everything out. Although the dude needs a new pair of shields. The shields he's using, like, I know that a lot of the high-end players say that shields are worthless anyway. That is not really my experience. If you get a good pair, good set of shields like the Tilly shields, I think it can help. But what I'm using right now is not working, and he is dying a lot. So I'm either going to have to get a new set of shields or switch to a different ship. As much as I love the Hesperian battlecruiser, if it's really that squishy, that's going to be an issue. Either that or I'm just going to have to turn it into a tank build, which could be a thing. Right now I'm working on a fire at will DPS build, but is what it is. So I've been working on those characters a lot. And then I've been playing a little bit of WoW, doing the Pandarian remix stuff, which is fun. I hit level 40 today.
Congrats. I hit 39, 36, somewhere in there. I'm in there.
Well, since you're there, you can go next. How's your week been?
You really don't want to know. It's been stressful, but yeah. So life has given me I don't know what, not lemons, but whatever. It's been giving me odd, weird, prickly fruits. How's that? That we'll say that.
Dragon fruit.
Um, real life has been a little stressful, yeah. But I'm not gonna go into details because it's not for everyone. Um, but let's see. Outside of the real life stress, I've been playing WoW. I've been doing the remix thing. So I took a different path than many people. Like there are some people that have already grinded out 70, and apparently there's been things that have been nerfed into the ground because people found ways to, I don't know if I'd say exploit, but take advantage of what was in the game on launch of the remix, and now is no longer available to players to take advantage of. Like apparently on the Timeless Isles, you could go farm frogs and get your cloak maxed out in no time flat. And I mean, apparently, yeah, that people are just sitting out there grinding on frogs, and yeah. So if you run across, you do like any LFRs, and you see like someone that is like doing 72% of the damage of the entire rest of the raid, they likely are what have been now been called frog farmers. Yeah. But I've been having fun doing it my way. And my way is, if I don't have a lot of time, I will pop into LFR, because in LFR, when you complete a wing, you get a plus 7% experience bonus. Normally, also by killing the bosses, each boss gives you plus 1%. So you get 10% if you do a 3-boss wing. And so if like Mogoshan Vaults, there are 6 bosses, you'll get 20%. So I've been doing that when I have not much time and bumping up my plus experience. So when I do have time, something like last night will happen, and I ran with a group, and I started at 29. Another person in my guild in the group started at 33. I ended when we stopped running dungeons at 36, and she ended at 35.
Nice.
So yeah, but since we're not I've been playing a lot of SEO, doing my dailies, which is what some of you probably saw me checking off my event campaign, and I am I'm 19 days away from completion for the overall event campaign. But yeah, so the next event campaign event should be enough to help me get my event campaign. Anyway, but I've been working on this build. I'm making sure it was budget friendly. Unfortunately, a lot of the traits prices went up for some reason, so the budget price. So I had to go with a lot of different stuff, and we'll go into that later. But it was interesting to put it together. It still works quite well. But yeah. Tabby, how's your week been, and what have you been up to?
Well, I think I'm going to continue the trend of I have also playing a lot of the Panda remists. And I'm using it as a chance to play some classes and level some classes, because like I have this goal of maxing out a one of each race and class, or one of each class for each faction. And I still have a couple classes to I still have a couple of allied tunes to get for the heritage armor. So I'm using this opportunity to go through a couple of the classes that I traditionally have not enjoyed playing that much. I usually find warrior all right, but not particularly engaging. I am having a blast on my warrior. Like I've been having so much fun on my warrior in remists.
I've been playing Shadow Priest, and I've been enjoying it.
DK.
Oh, I love playing DK even outside of remists.
See, Tabby, what you talked about is what I have been focusing on. I'm like, I don't have a Nightborn, and I don't have a priest at max level. So here we go. And then I figured after the Shadow Priest, I'm doing the same thing, picking races and classes I do not have at max level, so that way I can get heritage armors. Anything else, Tabby?
I'm only missing a handful of the heritage armors.
That's it for me.
I want to respond real quick to Dwayne in chat. Yes, that combination of the Tilly Shield and the Discovery Warp Core, that is the meta right now. On most of my builds, I do that. On some of them, like my phaser build, I'm actually using the Protostar phaser set, so I have all three pieces. But I'm starting to realize that set isn't as good as the meta, so I may switch back to that. I haven't really decided yet. The spin where you drop your warp core is fun, but I don't know that the damage makes up for the survivability loss that you get with the meta. So
yeah, I don't really think so.
I will probably switch back. But it was fun while it lasted, and the visual on the shield is pretty cool. Although you could slot it, I guess, in the visual thing and maybe still have the red outline instead of the blue, but is what it is. Yeah, let's move on. So Grebog, you can start us off for this week in STO.
So today they announced that today a sale is starting because they like to give us plenty of notice. I kid. There is a 20% ship sale. You have until the 27th to take advantage of it if you want to. All ships, dry dock slots, ship upgrade tokens, and fleet modules are on sale. And any ship bundles that do not include other items than ships. So if it's a bundle that does not include, so I think the Kardeshev or let's see, yeah, the Dyson ship bundle is still showing up here, but I think it's on sale still for the fact that it was on sale from when it was first announced, not because it was part of this bundle or part of this ship sale. But okay, this is there's things showing up in the shiplet that have items. Okay, they're hey JV. Their blog post said does not include any bundles that have items other than ships in them. However, I'm finding many bundles that have outfits, keys, other upgrade tokens and stuff that are on sale. So I guess if it's in the on sale section, you can buy it on sale. If it is not, I'm sorry. I just have their blog post to go by, and yeah. Oh, yeah. Next item.
Oh, Tabby, you're up next. You and I are taking the rest of them, so Grebog can rest his voice.
Oh, and I have the sounder for you, Tabby, if you want me to play it when you get to one of the other things.
Oh, you actually loaded it up?
I have it in my touch portal. You won't be able to hear it, but they can.
Well, you could always put your you could put it on monitor. Put the in advanced audio settings. You could put it on monitor, so you can also hear it, and then you'll know when it's over. But anyway.
Oh, I'll hear it.
Oh, you'll hear it. Okay. All right. So this week in STO, guess what? Guess what's happening this week?
What? What's happening this week?
The galaxy goes to red alert.
Oh,
Yeah, that started today.
Yep.
All right, because it's
I'm
overlapping.
oh, that's
Well,
going out through my browser. I have to. Sorry. Is there a way to stop the audio once it starts? No, probably not.
I didn't hear it, so whatever you
Well,
guys
I was
are
waiting
doing.
for the bonus mark weekend sale or weekend event to be talked about. That's why I.
Yeah, she skipped it.
Wait, I skipped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went down to your second
Here,
one.
talk about the bonus of things while no one hears it but me that the red alerts are going on. Because this is a minute long.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at the show notes, and it says this week in STO, the galaxy goes to red alert.
Yeah, but above that it says the bonus marks weekend.
Anyway,
I'll take it. It's fine.
Oh,
So
I have an older version of the show notes. Mine hasn't updated.
gotcha.
oh,
So
Well, shit.
it's
there's a
fine.
bonus marks weekend that started today. It runs for 4 days. So on the 27th, basically you get 50% more marks from anything that gives you marks. So, go get those marks. Also, starting today and running for 3 days, the Resolute appearance returns. This is in celebration of Star Trek Resurgent releasing on Steam. You have to buy the game, then go to their website, verify that you have purchased it, and then it will give you let you link your STO account and give you the skin. It's a lot of steps, but if you like the skin, it's worth it. And then in 5 days, we get Star Trek. So Tuesday, we get Star Trek Online Unparalleled. This is again starts on May 28th. They did not list a end date in their blog yet, but probably 3 weeks, maybe 4. It continues the Kings and Queens story. There is a new episode being released called Situation Under Control, where the Aetherians will send you on a mission with one of them to go to a new alternate universe where you join forces with a good version of the Iconians to defeat the Borg. There's a new TFO, which is a Borg battle royale. This is similar to the Sompek Arena Borg Boogaloo. Nice. It is a 5-captain ground TFO. Basically, you'll be fighting waves of Borg until you get defeated. The event will end on round 7. The original blog said 12. They have backed that off to round 7 now. But after the event is over, there will be an unlimited version, just like the Sompek Arena. There's a new lockback ship coming with this. It's the Tier 6 Aetherian Revelation going into the Infinity Lockbox. They're also adding a new token to the Zen store for purchase, the Captain Alteration token. And people online earlier today were saying that it's 750 Zen per token, so a little bit cheaper than some of the other tokens.
Yeah,
This
that's what the
allows
blog
you to
post
change.
says.
Do what?
That's what the blog post says. 750.
There you go. This lets you change your character's gender and appearance. Some people are really excited about it, some aren't. So, pick your poison.
I
And then
am
there's a new
totally
event
psyched about
starting.
this.
I keep talking over you, Tabby. Say that again.
I am totally psyched about this.
Can I ask why?
Well, because if I had known when I first started what I know now, I would have made my main my the my most important character, the Tabbytha character, a alien Romulan Federation, an alien Romulan lookalike Federation, and so I ended up making a Romulan. Ended up kind of making one, but it was just never the same because like just never nothing ever, like I had so much stuff built up, so much history, and just I could never quite get the same attachment to the quote unquote replacement character. So I just have this first character of mine that I always wanted to be that Romulan Tabbytha, and now I'm gonna be able to make her be at least look like Romulan, but it's close enough to me.
Cool. So there's also a new event starting called Delete Alt Control. We know very little about it other than the rewards. The reward includes a hypermass torpedo. Again, we don't know the details on that. A Type 14 shuttle support squadron, 500 Lobi, 1 epic Phoenix prize token, and 30,000 dilithium ore. So take that as you will. And now we can get to the meat and potatoes of today. Our primary target is Grebog's Kardashev Torpedo Psi build. So take it away, Grebog.
Oh, I still would like to play Tabby's audio for everybody for the Red Alert event in case you weren't ready.
Double red alert. Red alert. Man your battle stations.
Signal red alert.
Go to red alert.
Put the ship on red alert.
Red alert. Red alert, Mr. Scott.
Red alert.
Red alert.
Go to red alert. Yeah, I'm initiating red alert. Red alert.
Red alert.
Red alert. Red alert. Go to red alert. Red alert. Red alert. Red alert. Red alert.
Red alert.
Red alert.
Red alert. Red alert.
Red alert. Red alert.
Red alert. Oh, I wouldn't mind giving his red alert chili a try.
Read alert.
Read alert? I should read alert, but I seemed a bit narcissistic.
Stand down from red alert.
This is what the red alert's about?
Best with the red alert speakers? It's a red alert everywhere except here!
We're still at red alert.
Red alert!
Red alert.
Red alarm. Red alarm. Red alarm. Red alarm.
Oh, all right. There it goes.
Where did you find that?
Tabby made it.
Yeah, so somebody had put a video up on YouTube that was like all of the not just the red alerts, but all of the battle stations scenes from most of the series, pretty much all the way from TOS to Lower Decks, including Picard. They hadn't gotten around the Discovery, but they also but like not only the red alerts, but also battle stations and pretty much all of the alert conditions. And so I and it's like the whole thing is like 12 minutes long. So what I did is I grabbed it off of YouTube and I went through the video file and I just clipped out just literally all of the red alert lines. And I exported just the audio.
Wow. All right, cool. All right, Grebog, this is all you. And we've used up a half hour of our show time just chatting. So.
All right. So since I'm going to be I'm explaining it to you, Lucy. Or well, that's bad. So here I have the spreadsheet. You can all follow along if you so desire. It is a torpedo build. It is a science torpedo. When flying it, you do not want to go into tactical mode. Main reason being the secondary deflector does a crap ton of damage with the setup I've got going. So yeah. And a lot of this you'll notice is a lot of rep stuff. So on the front end, I have Gravimetric Torpedo. This comes from the Dyson Joint Command. I have the Enhanced Biomolecular Photon Torpedo. Comes from 8472 Counter Command. I have the Neutronic Torpedo. Comes from the Delta Alliance. I then have Phaser Wide Angle Dual Heavy Beam Bank, which comes from Discovery Legends. As you can see, we're going all with the all rep stuff here on the front end. I'm gonna hit to the aft. Aft, we have the Dark Matter Quantum Torpedo for a 2-piece here. With the part of set Lorca's Ambition. Then we have also on the aft Theron Infused Quantum Mine Launcher. This is from the rep. Here, let's see. Let me mouse over it. Theron is from the store from Delta Alliance. And then the other mines are from the 8472 Counter Command rep store. Basically, what is amazing about this one is the fact that it has radius times 3. So it does a massive explosion when they go off. The deflector is the Cool Control X times 2 EPG setup here. Secondary deflector. We have the EPG on it. Control X / EPG. Drain X. The SA plus damage. So yeah. And then for impulse engines, I'm using the Romulan Advanced Prototype Impulse Engines. It's got a lot of speed to it. It's quite handy. They're nice engines to have. And you also don't get a burst like you would from the competitive engines, which you don't really need in this build. Then I'm using the Revolutionary Warp Core. And also the Revolutionary Covariant Shield Array for 2-piece here. And that's all for taking advantage of more damage resistant rating to foes, and it'll increase your turn rate and give you more exotic damage, critical severity. You know. So that's that. I still do have on here the experimental do heavy proton emitter, but it sits there doing nothing because I do not go into tactical mode. I did slap in just a bunch of devices. This guy doesn't have all the devices I have on other captains, but so I have been glad that I have the Beacon of Kalos, even though the blinding light is annoying. It has saved me at times when I'm taking massive damage. I love the red matter capacitor, and I also love the phased waveform beacon for the swarm, and of course the Kobayashi Maru transponder. And temporal negotiator is nice to have for the power recharges. You know, bridge officer power recharges are reduced by 50%. Handy. For consoles, I have 4 advanced tactical vulnerability locators. I went this route because you can get them from the Fleet Spire. Obviously, with the fact that it has 4 engineering consoles, you probably would get more bang for your buck if you went or bang for your torpedo and mines if you went with isomags. But I went this route because we're going for a more economical build here. And then the Fekleri Torment engine. This comes from a mission, so it's easy to get a hold of. It's the Klingon Civil War Arc Leap of Faith mission. And then we have also for a proton particle stabilizer. Again, it is a nice, it has Starship Electroplasma flow, but it has proton damage increase on it. This comes from one of the reps. The particle stabilizer, Dyson Joint Command rep. It is a pretty decent one. It helps out. Plus, this also gives you a 2-piece, which is more what you're going for. Photon projectile weapons get more damage, and you get more crit chance. But it goes, yeah, with the 2-piece here, and you are firing, you know, a lot of photon torpedoes. 2 of your torpedo launchers on the front are photon, so both of them get buffed. And then we have the ferrofluid hydraulic assembly. And this is this comes from Terran Task Force Rep. It has, it gives you more hit points, but it also gives more weapon aux power setting. More of the aux power is what you're going for here, because being a Sci-Fu, well, a bit of a Psi build, you want high aux. Then we have the phase space membrane. This increases your power transfer rate and shield resistance, and then it has a nice on use. It's more the on use that it's great. And that comes from the Grissom Light Science Vessel. And then we have the multi-directional artillery barrage, which has a flat all damage with projectile weapons, which you have all kinds of projectile weapons. So yeah, and that one comes from the Lexington Dreadnought Terran Lexington Dreadnought Cruiser. We have also then the Ordnance Accelerator. Again, mine recharge speed, projectile weapon damage. It does do phaser directed energy weapon, which you do have some phasers on the front. You're not going for anything special, like going for a set piece. That comes from the Gamma Task Force. We have here the Tachyon net drones. This is just an all-around good console to have because critical chance, critical severity. And then it does the net drones, when they go out, have a really nice usability that helps you nerf your enemy's abilities to take damage. So they die faster. And that comes from the Bozeman Intel Heavy Frigate. Next up is the Tri-Cobalt Tear Launcher, which is from the Appalachia Blockade Runner Escort. And it is another mine torpedo damage booster, and it has more Starship Shield penetration. It also has a nice on use, which gives you ultra high yield Tri-Cobalt warheads at a target within 3 to 12 kilometers. Then we have the Hull Image Refractors. Now, this is more for survivability. It does have plus 20% all damage, which means torpedoes and mines. But never on your life click the Image Refractors ability unless you don't mind sitting AFK for like 20 seconds and doing no damage whatsoever. I mean, if it's going to save your life, sure, use it, but otherwise don't. Any questions so far? Like I said, a lot of it is rep stuff. Going to stations. The temporal one, I slapped in the science person in here for this Lieutenant Commander temporal. Main reason I wanted to get recursive shearing one at the very least. So that way, yeah, in any kind of science stuff, recursive shearing is a really handy power to have. Then we have destabilizing resonance beam 1. This again is from one of the missions, so you'll have to grind that out. Or not hard to get. Tractor beam. Now, tractor beam could be replaced in this build. I have it on here still because there's a trait that I normally fly that would have it there, and whenever you hit tractor beam, you can get extra torpedoes. Though, since it comes from a legendary ship, it's not in the build. I went ahead with this I didn't know what to do with my ensign, so I just gave them beam fire at will for more of the, to go with entwined tactical matrices. And then for the, so the thing to note here, while yes, I gave a commander power for this tactical officer, I'm never going to be in tactical mode, so this power really doesn't matter. I did put Omega 2 in here, attack pattern Omega 2. Honestly, if I was probably going to actually use the power, I would probably put something else there instead, because it's not a bad power. It's just not. There are other powers I would probably pick first. Yeah, but since I'm in science mode the entire time, he is only technically going to use Lieutenant Commander and lower, which is I have Torpedo High Yield 3, and Scatter Volley 1 for entire tactical matrices, and Chemosite Laced Weaponry. And since on Keck, I my engineer here, and yes, his name is Keck. That's what the system rolled, and it made me laugh, and I left it.
Well, which is funny because that's what Keck is.
Yeah. I debated putting the emergency power to weapons, except if I remember correctly, that it does it to energy weapons only. It boosts damage, not torpedoes. I don't have enough energy weapons, so I went for a more survivability thing. So I just tossed in a reverse shield polarity 1 to help me stay alive. So I can pop that and stay alive. And then obviously emergency power to engines 1. This is so that way, if I need, I of course have that emergency con officer that when hitting emergency power to engines, I might get evasive maneuvers back. Now the bread and, well, I guess not really the bread and butter. This guy is actually a commander. All powers are used in non-tactical mode, which is what you're going to fly. So I have here Gravity Well 3, because, oh, it is so nice when all your enemies come together. Especially when they all get hit by exploding weapons that do AoE damage. Nothing like mass explosions on all your friends and foes. Or, I mean, foes. Only foes. Then I have Concentrate Firepower 3, which it'll mark one of your enemies, and, you get extra kinetic damage out of it with more shield pen. It's a great power for torpedo boats. I put Photonic Officer 1 for recharge reduction, because, yay, recharge reduction. I have Structural Analysis 1, which lets you get essentially more damage. It helps you bypass their damage resistances, essentially. And it spreads to 1 additional target within 4 kilometers. So it helps you if they are all stacked up. It's going to hit. It's easily going to hit 2 targets. All right, for the power settings, I'm only going through this based on what's in the sheet here. You'll notice I have on the energy powers here on the bottom, I have the auxiliary maxed out. It's 100. I put engines to 70 because you'll need to fly around, get going places. Yeah. Shields is at 15 and weapons is at 15. There's a lot. The aux stuff is the big thing for your damage here, which is why aux is the top. For your specializations, you want to have your primary as intel and your secondary as temporal operative. Intel will help you get more damage going, get that critical flanking going if you can get behind your enemies. Temporal operative buffs all your dots and stuff that you're dropping on them, so both of them are quite good together. All right, traits. I did leave Boimler in the personal space traits. However, that's because I'm not going to go with a Nox to Bat build. I mean, it's not a terrible thing to have. And honestly, as much as they're giving out Lobie, I'm probably gonna say that Boimler, if you can buy it, buy it.
Yeah, like as much Lobie as they're giving out, Boimler is not really a premium buy anymore.
Yeah, but so I went with all free ones in this setup. So we have like Elusive, Innocuous, kinetic precision, because this helps your projectile shield penetration. Then we have here Fleet Coordinator, boosts all damage for team members. Operative for more crit chance severity. Since this is a psi build a bit, Particle Manipulator, get more exotic damage rolling. It'll help that your secondary deflectors damage. Accurate, more accuracy rating. Projectile training, again, more projectile weapon damage. And then for survivability, I added in Bulkhead Technician for more hull hit points. That's any yeah. they are all either R&D you unlock at 15, or they are free. They come with every captain. Boimler's the only one that you just have to pay for Lobby for. It's what, 200 Lobby unless it's on sale. But
Yeah, 200, but 160 when it's on sale.
Yeah. So for starship traits, I have Strike from the Shadows, which comes from the Shran Light Pilot Escort or the Imchala Pilot Bird of Prey. I have Advanced Precision Guided Munitions, comes from the Cabot Command Light Cruiser. Entwined Tactical Matrices, Gagarin Miracle Worker Battle Cruiser, or the Miracle Worker Battle Cruiser.
You pronounce them so well.
The Appalachia Blockade Runner is where you get piercing projectiles. Sniper is from the Timur Alliance Raider, which is an event. It's now a mud ship. I left it in here because, well, I have it free from an event ship. There are other ones that you could go with instead, but improved critical systems, that's the temporal agent power, and improved unconventional tactics, which is a strategist spec. If you get the improved version, that is from Gamma Recruit. So if you're spending your skill point, your specialization points, you'll get the unconventional tactics from strategist. But if you work on doing the reward, the completions, you can get the improved version from your Gamma Recruit. All right, Space Reputation. I had to redo a lot of these because this guy finally hit tier 6 on all of his reps. So I have Advanced Targeting Systems, which is crit severity. I have Auxiliary Power Configuration Offense, more damage, more accuracy. And it also the damage based is off your aux power, which kind of goes with the ship being science and going full aux power on your power settings. And then we have Omega Kinetic Shearing, because everything needs to be a dot, which then feeds into Temporal Agent. Then we have Precision for more critical hit chance. And we have Torpedo Pre-Fire Sequence, which is bonus torpedo damage, and destructible torpedo flight speed is increased. Always good to try to get those torpedoes away from you faster, so that way so they hit the enemy before they blow up. And then let's see, active. I have here Quantum Singularity Manipulation. You don't have a lot of choices here. These are just good ones. Anti-time entanglement singularity. The refracting Tetryon Cascade, biomolecular shield generator. If you're gonna stay put for a little bit, it's nice to have that. You can heal back up your shields pretty quick. And then obviously deploy sensor interference platform. Great if you're getting targeted to drop this down and not be targeted anymore. Duty officers. Duty officers. He said duty. Sorry. Okay, maybe not. Hey, Samurai. So for duty officers, I have here, like I said, the emergency con officer, which recharges evasive maneuvers for when emergency powered engines is activated. Then I have 2 projectile weapons. Well, I have a projectile weapons officer here for a chance to reduce time recharge torpedoes. Then I have another one as well. You can only use 3 of projectile weapons officer, which is why I have here that the third one is a chance to stack crit severity. And then I went with an energy weapon since I do have some energy weapons on it that gives me stacking crit chance. And then the final scientist, or is a science, is a gravimetric, since I am doing a bit of science, chance to create an aftershock gravity well. That's the build. Did I go fast enough? We still have time.
We do still have time. Let's go blow something up. We got 2 dailies to do.
Do we want to run a read alert?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd play the sounder again, but it would keep going and going.
Yeah, and the read alert probably isn't even in there, is it?
It's in there.
No, it is in there.
Nice.
Actually, I can post it to our group chat after this.
Hi, Cat.
Oh, read alarm. Read alarm.
Nice. All right. I guess I'll just queue us up, and whichever one pops. You guys good to go?
Good to go.
I'm good. We will.
The Alachi one. Wow.
Oh,
the
no.
Alachi one.
No.
That's somewhat appropriate for the ships we're flying in. I mean, they are servants of the Iconians, right?
I will note, I did set this up ship twice. One is in the free play with free traits and stuff. I do have, and consoles and stuff. I do have, I think the only console that gets flipped out is my.
So what's going to happen when we warp out?
We're going to find out. Oh, Grebog disappeared.
Oh, we warped out at different times past each other.
That was actually kind of cool.
That was.
When I have my ship in my non-free-to-play setup, I hit 300k DPS with this ship. I was not expecting that. Because I'm not normally the, you know.
All right, well, Mr. 300k, which spot do you want?
Carry us.
Oh, I was going to go for blowing them up.
All right, I'll take left.
I did in one TFO. I was like wondering why I wasn't doing much damage. Like I did some combat log parsing, and then I was like, oh right, it was a standard. There wasn't enough stuff to take damage. They didn't have enough health to live long enough to take more damage.
Torpedo builds can be pretty impressive.
Because I was like looking, I'm like, I didn't even break 100k, and I'm like, oh right, it was normal, a standard TFO, not even an advanced.
Even if you're just running, you know, on a budget build or whatever, torpedo builds can do some crazy stuff.
I like my mines. This ship is great. This build's great going against Perk with swarmers, because they just, when the swarmers try to get behind you, they just get annihilated. Your mines just take them out with. It's just funny.
I am the only one that's actually disabling the gate.
Oh wait, we're supposed to disable the gate?
Yeah, there's 3 points to disable.
I will go top.
Yeah, the top is up where Nippon is, up by that purple dot. And then at the end of each of the arms.
Essentially, you get a multiplier each time you're helping them.
The NPCs will do it too. Once they get into position, it just takes them a while to get here. He spelled Veer wrong. Wrong universe. Wrong universe. Man, I haven't actually done this red alert for a while.
Where's my? Oh, there's not. I'm like, where's my high yield going? No, get away from me, high yield.
This is the last group. And they're almost dead before I get over here.
I'm just sitting up here at the top point, pointed down. That way I can disable stuff and kill stuff at the same time.
Now, I swear that I see the experimental weapon firing, even though it's not supposed to be in science mode.
Maybe it's firing, like, cosmetically.
I mean, maybe. Well, here, let's leave map. So yeah, there I did. You can see it. Things just died. Now I'm going to switch my build to my non-free to play. Like free to play, it does quite well.
It didn't put us back quite right. Close.
All right, emulating. Phaser Lance is back.
You guys need the other daily.
Sure. Wait.
Other daily?
Is the other daily still rolling?
It is not. I thought it was. I thought they were going to overlap. I guess it's the next one that overlaps, isn't it?
Well, it overlapped a little bit earlier today.
Okay, well, never mind
A
then.
couple hours.
We could just run a random.
You want to do one rando before we close for the night?
Or you could pick one. That's up to you.
I'll just run a rando. That's fine.
Because if we do a rando, there's always a chance that we get a ground.
Well, that's true, I guess. Let's do it this way. Let's filter space.
I kind of... Wee woo.
Wee-woo.
Erratus.
That'll be fun.
I think the one surprise I have with the build is the ship is a lot more maneuverable than I expected. I know that's why I have the impulse engines on it that I do and some of the other stuff, but it turns way, for a cruiser style looking ship, it turns way better than I expected.
Well, the Dyson destroyers have always done that. They've always had a decent turn rate. And it goes up in tactical mode.
And I'm not using yeah. But if you do logs, like I looked at someone else's science build, and then I compared my damage out. It's impressive on how much damage is coming from your secondary deflector. It's so impressive that I would always, that's why I'm like, just stay in science mode. You're not going to get that much damage out of your experimental weapon.
Curiosity. Tabby, are you using tactical mode for your build?
Here they come. All ships,
Nope.
battle stations.
I'm doing do psi, and so I'm doing beams, but with science mode. But I also haven't finalized the build yet. Oh shoot!
Wow.
Enterprise, Defiant, take some ships and take her down. The rest of you, stay alert. This isn't over yet.
The wow is because the explosions were so big. I'm like, it was just funny to me that.
Activate the hollow projector.
Yeah, I'm gonna be finishing up all my stuff, finalizing everything over this next week.
Nobody else came to Jupiter Station, so I'm going to take that.
I'm at Gamma.
At least here at the start.
You need to get those rifts under control.
I've enjoyed this Torp mine layer way better than I thought I would. Oh boy, you put that portal at the wrong spot. Right into my mines.
Need to clear out the ships at Jupiter Station.
I'm gonna guess that's one my my radius mines going off that are so big and bright.
Mine.
Mine.
That was a good name for this episode.
You need to get those rifts under control.
Rift is down, rift is down. I'm gonna go help our buddies briefly, maybe. Oh, no, they got it. Just not as fast as you two did. I thought you had two portals open for a second there, Grebog, but then I realized it's your gravity well.
It is my gravity well.
You need to get those rifts under control. You need to
If I lay enough mines, everyone is going to stop seeing other ships far away.
Huh. True enough. Just put them all where you think the portal's going to open.
Well, that's why I'm slowly sliding to the other half of the circle, because I already mined one area.
Should be right after this that we get all three portals open at the same time.
I've enjoyed this ship build way better than I thought. I really thought I would.
I like the ships. I like the way they look. What was that?
What was what one shot me?
What?
I have one guess.
What happened?
I have one guess, and
Oh no, you shot yourself.
That's fair. I don't really like the seating on these ships, the specialty seating, because the way they set it up is it's the one that changes.
We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching our systems.
No, they're not.
high yield torpedoes when they go off in your own face are bad. Okay.
What? I never would have figured that.
Well, that's an explosive idea.
I'll guarantee you that's what took me out. My own high yield 3 went off in my face.
We've locked down the projectors. Now they're
The
ours.
Terrans are over there. Why are you hitting yourself?
Still here, Grandma? Ugh, I thought our Janeway was annoying. Speaking of annoying, did you like the little back door I put in your station?
Enterprise is back near projector base.
Oh, that hurt.
The shield vessels are negating
Feedback pulse hurts.
Take them out
Ooh.
I didn't turn away fast enough.
Feedback pulse took out 2, almost 3 of us.
Yeah, I should have been better prepared for that.
To catch me.
I mean, feedback pulse.
The Enterprise is going for projector alpha.
It's deadly.
It is when the NPCs use it.
Throwing out some heals. Come on, y'all. Come on, don't die.
There we go. Last shield ship is down. Enterprise is vulnerable.
Back in a bit. Don't go
I managed to hit one of my oh heck
Hello,
buttons.
Space Boy. TG.
Hey, Space Boy, how you doing tonight?
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. 4 shields failing. Rear shields failing. Right shields failing.
Frigates are dead.
I am a bit of a glass cannon, though, at times. If I get enough of them coming at me.
Enterprise is
Kids have
vulnerable.
fun now. Be seeing you.
Enterprise is back near Projector Beta.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. Four shields failing. Hull integrity below 75%.
You know what? I'm done here.
Well done.
You know, in
We
this
sent the
ship,
Karen
that
Towns a message. If you intend to
Haven
test us,
interstellar
be
bombardment
prepared
beam
for the
does
consequences.
a
Hopefully their
crap ton
emperor
of
will listen
damage.
to that.
Oh, I'm sure it does. Because you're all set up for that. All right. All right. Well, so Monday night will be fun night as usual. And then next Thursday, we're actually going to be highlighting the new event, the Parallels. We're all going to go into a new universe. So if you don't want the spoilers,
New
hopefully
universe.
that's what
I
they
can
say.
barely cope with the one that I've got.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, we will most likely be trying to run the episode and the TFO. It depends on how long the episode takes. It might make us pick which one we want to do. But we'll try. We'll see what happens. And then the week after that, we'll be doing another ship build. We're actually going to do my ship that week. The Lola.
Lola.
That's an interesting name, Lola Intel Dyson Science Destroyer. So that'll be fun. And as always, I will see you guys out there.
Have fun, be safe, and don't set yourselves on fire.
Again, you can follow, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff to help support us. But again, live long and prosper, and we will be right back.
Hold on, don't stop yet. I forgot to mention something. So on July 4th, we will be celebrating our 4th anniversary, and we are looking for people that want to run some PvP with us. We're going to be running in tier 2 ships with the requirement that you can only use the equipment that comes on the ship when you collect it from the store. And that includes no consoles. So probably white gear. You might, if you have the right ship, you might end up with some blue gear. But no consoles, nothing to support it. But you can use whatever bridge officer abilities you want. So it should make for some interesting PvP, I think. If you're interested in joining us, then watch the show. Let us know, or reach out through Discord or Facebook. And we'll try to add you to our list. And that's July 4th. Okay, now you can do your thing.
Die safe, be in a fire, and stick around. We'll raid somebody, but live long and prosper, everybody. Computer, end program.